Hello and welcome to my Half-Life server tutorial. My name is Toquin and today I'm going to show you how to make your own Half-Life dedicated server. So to start things off, I'll show you what we need. The only things we're going to be using today are AMXModX installer, HLDS update tool, dproto, metamod, and mmtimer. Now metamod is essential to run any other plugins on your server. If you don't have metamod, go download it now. And the HLDS update tool is just to make sure that everything is up to date on your Half-Life folder. So the first thing we're going to do is double click HLDS update tool. And we're going to go through the steps here just to get to this part. Now we don't want to install it at Valve. We want to install it to the same folder that we're currently installing our server. So we're going to go down here. I have mine in E, and we're going to put it in Half-Life server tutorial. So we'll just double click that, and then we're just going to hit OK. It's going to give you a warning saying that the tutorial already exists and just asks if you want to install it in that directory, so just go ahead, hit next, and we're going to leave it United States East. And we're going to skip we'll look at the README file. Okay, so there's the README file. Now the first thing we're going to want to do is minimize that and go to the folder that you're currently installing your server. As you can see, there's the update tool. Now what we're going to do is right click in a blank space on this folder and click new, and we're going to want to open a regular text document. Now we're going to name this document HLDS server. It's redundant, but that's okay. Now on this text document, all we're going to do is go to the README file. We're going to go down to this line where it says HLDS update tool.exe command update game cstrike direction dot. So we're going to highlight that, Control C to copy it, or you can just right click and hit copy. And then on the blank one, you're just going to paste it. So Control V to paste, or right click and paste. Now we're going to save this as a BAT file. So we're going to go into Save As. Make sure you switch it to All Files. And just hit .bat. And then when you save, close the window, and as you'll see here, we now have the HLDS server README file, and we also have the HLDS server.bat file. So all we're going to do is double click that BAT file, and you'll see a command prompt. Now this will trigger a HLDS update tool to update your software. So everything in the folder will be updated to the most recent version. Now as we can see here, it's starting to download the software. So it's checking the bootstrapper version and updating installation. So in a few moments you'll see that it'll start to download it, and we're just going to skip through most of this. So there it goes, and we're just going to skip to the ending here. Okay, and as you can see, once it's finished downloading, it'll just disappear. So now that that's finished, we're just going to we're going to stay in this folder here, but we're just going to go down to find the Half-Life dedicated server tool. So we're just going to launch that and take a look at what it gives us here. So this is the window you should be seeing. You're just going to hit Counter-Strike. You can name the server whatever you want. I'm going to name it insert clever name here. We're going to start it out on Dust 2. And I'm going to limit it for now just to 16 players. And as for Archon password, I'm just going to put something simple. You can put whatever you want, but I'm going to put 5 5s. Okay, and we're just going to start up this server. And I actually already have a working install on this computer of Counter-Strike, so we're going to open that. And I'm going to go back to my Half-Life server. It's right there, but I still have to change windows. And I'm going to highlight the IP address it gives me. And then we'll go back to Counter-Strike. open up a console, type connect, and paste the IP address. And then when you hit enter, okay, see, that's a problem. This server is using a newer protocol 48 than your client, which is 47. You should check for updates to your client. This is basically telling me that this is a Steam server, so I cannot connect to it. So we're going to close this and hit quit game. Now the reason it's a Steam server is because we just use the update tool. The update tool just brings it up to date with the protocols for a Steam server. So what we're going to do now is we'll close this. We're not going to fix that problem just yet. We'll save it till later. For now, we got to install MetaMod so that we can get started with the plugins. So we're just going to go into the folder here and go up to Counter-Strike. And in the Counter-Strike folder, you're going to want to make a new folder and name it Add-ons. And then in the Add-ons folder, you're going to want to make another new folder and name it MetaMod. Okay, and from here we're going to go into the MetaMod folder and create one last new folder, and we're going to call it DLLs. Okay, so we're going to go into that folder and then just minimize this window for now. Go back into this folder which has all our add-ons, and we're going to find the MetaMod. So we're just going to extract it here for now. Okay, and there's our metamod.dll, so we're going to take that and we'll drop it back into the DLLs folder. Now with that done, we're going to go back to the front here in the cstrike folder, and we're going to find the liblist.gam file. There it is. So we're just going to open that with the regular word processor. So we're going to use WordPad for this one since it's popping up right away. And what we're going to want to do, because this is a Windows server, we're not going to modify the Linux line, but we are going to modify this line here, which is game.dll dll/mpbots.dll. So we're actually going to change that, and what we're going to change it to, we'll go back into here where the DLLs folder is. We're going to take this name here, copy it, we're going to add it to the end of this. So there we go. We're going to copy that all the way down to add-ons. Then we'll go back into the liblist file, and we're just going to replace that line with that. So now you should have it game.dll add-ons/metamod/dlls/metamod.dll. And make sure you close it off with a quotation mark just like it was before. Okay, and then we're just going to exit and save the changes. Now we're going to go back and run Half-Life Dedicated Server once again. And this time when we run it, we're going to go over to the console, and in the console we're going to type meta version and just hit send, and it'll tell you what version of MetaMod you're running. So as you can see, we're now running MetaMod version 1.19. So that's perfect. Now it's running, so we're just going to close this.